another beautiful day here at Viewer Television. Good day and welcome to Sports Zone. I am Uchenna Eze. I have also with me Isaac. You're welcome to the show, Isaac.
Thank you, Uche. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, I'm glad to have you here. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm doing well.
All right. Today on the show, Flamingoes edge Germany to win FIFA World Cup bronze medal. Osimhen beats Kano Martin's record. And on Liverpool's long unbeaten home run ends in shock 2-1 defeat by Leeds. And finally, Arsenal are back on top, but Saka limps up early in win over Forest. The details of these stories will come after this break. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. Nigeria's under-17 girls won their first ever FIFA World Cup bronze medals on Sunday after a 3-2 penalty shootout win over Germany following a dramatic 3-3 draw in Mumbai. Both teams started the competition playing against each other, with the Germans coming back from a goal down to win a 2-1 at the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Goa. The Europeans, who lost by a 90th minute goal to cup holder Spain in Wednesday's second semi-final, started the brighter side and had the ball in the net through Mari Steiner in the 5th minute off a cross from Lara Glovin. But the video assistant referee ruled it offside. Now, this is the first time the Flamingoes of Nigeria passed the quarterfinal of the under-17 tournament. In their first match, when they met Germany, they lost to the Germans. Now, they went on to win against New Zealand, Chile, and the USA. And, of course, they proceeded to the semi-finals. But their joy was cut short as they lost to the Colombians. Again, they went for the bronze medal yesterday, being Sunday, against the same Germans again and won them on a penalty shootout. What a goal, what a journey for Coach Bankole Olowokore and his ladies. Now, Isaac, we've all watched how these ladies have progressed from the first match with the Germans.
Of course.
Panning through the Chile match and then the New Zealand, of course, the last one they played on Sunday. Give us a rundown of what you think went down. How did you perceive the journey of the under-17 ladies to India?
You know, in my previous analysis, I told you how confident I am about these girls.
Yes.
The energy they possess, even at the fixture. I told you they will pass through the fixture.
Yeah, you
were
did.
just bent on the fixture. But I told you the Flamingos, they will go further than you think.
Yes.
So it's an applaud on them, and they tried everything they did. They put in that energy that is expected of them, and it's victory. But what really drew my attention is the last clash that won them the bronze medal.
Okay.
The way the German came up from the
bounced back
from the 3-0 loss. Down to leveling,
equalizing them. Yes.
So the German, they scored 3 goals within 20 minutes. So it's something to worry about. So I think in their subsequent outings, they will know how to tame that.
Okay, talking about the Germans coming back to equalize 3 goals down. They were already 3 goals down at 67 minutes.
Of course.
Yeah, you know, at that 67 minutes, when I was watching the match, I said, wow, 67 minutes, even if these guys are going to equalize just 1 or 2, and Nigeria will go ahead to win.
Yeah.
But at 92 minutes, because of added time, they came back and scored the 3rd goal.
Yes,
at that point, I lost hope. Seriously,
Yeah.
I was scared, you know.
I think the God on his part, he never
Yeah, the
wanted
God
to
of
give.
soccer.
Yeah, he never wanted to give them that easy.
On a platter of gold.
Yeah, it's not gotten in that manner. So you must have that tension before grabbing the trophy.
Okay, talking about these ladies, you know, from their first match, I watched them from the first match against these Germans.
Of course.
And after that match, I think I remember telling you that these ladies, they didn't really do well, but we can say that it's their first international outing.
Of course.
They had the first goal, and then the Germans bounced back again and scored 2 against them.
Yes,
They were a sort of scared. And then on their match, in the match against Chile, they won comfortably. In their match against New Zealand, they won comfortably. But then, of course, that was when they broke that jinx of not getting past the quarterfinals, of which we give them kudos to. Then on getting to the quarterfinals against the USA, we saw a goalless match at the end of the at the end of the 90 minutes. They said it was going to end up in penalties of which was a miraculous win for Nigerians. Now, many people called on Bankole, the coach, to work on the psychology of the players. Yeah. At some point, they tend to slow down, you know, lose hope.
Yes, yeah, you know, when you get to a point where everything is a 50-50, you are scared of the opponent, while the opponent are scared of you.
Yes.
So you need that psychologist to talk to these persons, to talk to these girls that, okay, you need to do this. It's not a do or die affair. Let just the win come to your mind. You have to think win all the time. So they need
talking about the win-win. Sorry to cut you. Yes, talking about the win-win-win. I think the Nigerian team, I think the Super Eagles has a psychologist, and also they have a video analyst.
Okay.
I think the female team and every team in Nigeria that goes to represent Nigeria in the international world should have a psychologist. If you watch what happened between Nigeria and Colombia, the ladies were winning.
Yes, of course.
But the coach, I found out something. The coach did not prepare them for penalties. You know, the way he was playing, okay, just go and play. Even the guys were not playing with any enthusiasm, you know. They were just going to play. And then the Colombians won them just with a slim chance. So I think they need a psychologist when their spirits are down. The person will come and say, no, go ahead. You can ginger them.
Yeah,
and then a video analyst that can analyze the videos and tell them this is what is happening. Of course, we watch European matches. This is where you should put in more energy. I think we should go and get something like that.
Yes, of course. I think I go with you on that. These persons, although they are just starting, and even the coaching crew, they need motivation.
Of course.
A kind of assistant for them to help
the girls.
See these girls through.
Yeah. All right. Bankole Olowokere and his ladies has done so well for Nigerians. At least since Sunday, everybody has been smiling. When you remember that Nigeria won a bronze for the first time since the start of this tournament in 2008. I mean, it's something to be proud of. And then the coach, having worked on his coaching skills, you know, looking at I'm sure he went to look at that Germany, the match against the Germans, and then he worked on that, and then coming on Sunday, he won. Not just winning the Germans, but he beat them. He gave them a lesson they will never forget in the world that Nigerians came to the tournament. Kudos to Bankole Olowokere and the ladies for bringing us that bronze. All right, away from the girls, Osimhen beats Kano Martin's record. Now, Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen scored 3 goals for Napoli in the club's 4-0 demolition of Sassuolo on Saturday at the Diego Maradona Stadium. It is Osimhen's first ever hat-trick for any club since he turned pro. The Napoli forward has previously defended the badges of Germany's Wolfsburg, Belgium's Royal Sporting Cagliari, and France Lille. And according to respected stats company Grace Note, Osimhen's hat-trick is the first by a Nigerian striker in the Italian Serie A. That is no mean feat, considering that Italy's top flight has at different times been home to some of Nigeria's finest attackers. That list includes former Inter Milan heroes Kanu Nwankwo, Obafemi Martins, and Victor Moses, ex-Lazio man Ayodele Makenwa, and Simeon Simi Nwankwo. Just as importantly, Victor Osimhen, with his latest goal haul, has risen to become Nigeria's most prolific goal scorer in Serie A history. With 31 goals, he now shares that title with former Croton goal king Simi. Victor Osimhen has been in the news for quite some time now, and he's arguably the best African footballer currently. And then on coming back from injury, he has gone ahead to score against Ajax. He has scored against Bologna. He has scored against AS Roma and then Sassuolo, which happened yesterday. Now he's Serie A's top goal scorer now with 7 goals, while his Napoli sits atop the league table. 6 points clear of second place AC Milan. Now, I think there has been a rumor that the likes of Manchester United and Chelsea are considering signing Osimhen at the summer transfer. Recall that during the summer transfer, this same rumor came up where they say that Manchester United wanted to sign him, and then De Laurentiis, the owner of the club, said it must go for 100 million euros. Now, another rumor is coming up that Manchester United and Chelsea are interested in the Napoli forward. Now, my question is in Serie A, Osimhen is the highest goal scorer. He has 7 goals.
Of course.
And recall that he went on injury. Yes. And then coming back on that injury, he has been scoring goals with reckless abandon. He doesn't even want to look back. In fact, at some point I got scared that maybe Napoli can move on without him. But he has proven beyond anybody that he is the game changer in Napoli. Recall what happened between Napoli and AS Roma last weekend, where he gave that heartbreaking goal against Jose Mourinho and his boys. So my question to you now is, with what Osimhen is having in Serie A in Napoli, he's having the best form of his life. Would you suggest he moves out of Italy and come over to European England?
Yes.
Talking about the Premier League.
Yes, for every professional and every person who wants to be a champion, you must test another competition. To know your worth. So Osimhen, it's a good thing that big clubs from the English Premier League are coming for him. And being a striker, you must score goals, and that is what he's doing. So you see the likes of Messi, you see the likes of Ronaldo going from one club to the other just to prove their professionalism. So Osimhen, if he really wants to be in that that stage of the Lionel Messi, the Haaland, the Ronaldo, he needs to change his own position.
Are you saying that without going to the English Premier side that he won't be recognized? Is that what you're saying?
I am not saying so, but you could remember the criticism that befell Messi, that he's succeeding because he had already made team at Barcelona. So Messi
wants Osimhen to go and try out.
I would want Osimhen to attend that feat, to go and try his own luck in another competition and see what he's really worth.
Talking about Osimhen going to try his luck, I have another question for you, Isaac. You know, when you come to the strikers we have currently in the world of football, you talk about Kylian Mbappe, you talk about Erling Haaland, you talk about Lewandowski, you talk about, of course, Osimhen. They are all good strikers, terrorizing Europe at this point. Now, I would like to ask you this question. Where would you place Osimhen among these guys? Of course, Haaland is like a god already, or a demigod already in football, and Lewandowski is doing that. Kylian Mbappe is doing that in PSG. Now, would you place Osimhen on the same level with them, or would you place him as somebody that is aspiring to get to where they are, or would you place him as somebody that is above them already, judging from what is happening?
Osimhen is still trying to come up to their level.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This one hits me.
Are
you serious?
You don't take that from. I really fancy the way Osimhen plays, and I know that he is getting to that level. So he, just like I earlier said, he needs another competition to show the world that this is what this person can do.
But he did it from Lille, where he came over to Italy from France.
Of course. He needs to win several personal laurels before you can put him in.
Remember that this same Kylian Mbappe you're talking about has the likes of Neymar and Lionel Messi. Erling Haaland has the likes of De Bruyne, Foden and co. Lewandowski, of course, is already in Barca, a team that is already made. Meanwhile, Osimhen do not have that much people in Napoli and he's doing all of these things.
That is why he needs more professionals playing behind him, playing by his side, playing in his front, so that he will attract that attention. That he desires. Yeah, that he desires. So if he remains in Napoli, you will see that most of the players playing behind him, they are not really that renowned professionals.
Yes.
So
he needs that publicity.
He needs that publicity. And once he have these people by his side, you get to know that, okay, this guy is good to go. And these people will assist him to grow his football.
Oh, wow. These people assist him to grow in football. Okay. Away from Osimhen and Nigeria, Liverpool's long unbeaten home run ends in shock 2-1 defeat by Leeds. We are going to bring you the details of this story when we come back from this break. Please don't touch that time.
The game of polo, it's my life. Polo is good. Though I just started and I'm still learning the basics. But I hope to be a pro in this game, and God being by my side, I know everything will be fine. I started 4 months ago. I started stick and ball 4 months ago, though I attended the riding course in Pakistan. I've learned the riding basics, but the game of polo 4 months ago, I started stick and ball. Every day we mount on the horse, we pray. And once you come down, as you can see, I was about ending and I fell from the horse. It's a normal thing. In horse riding, if you don't fall, you've not started yet. So you need to train. You can see I'm sweating, I'm eating banana, it's part of it. You must train, you must eat well, and you must learn properly. I've chosen polo to be my own sport, and I've always looked up to people like General Kazir Fire, General MSA Aliu, Colonel Waibelu, and General Laka. A few of them, I've looked up to these people. These are great polo players, and they've always encouraged me to play the game of polo.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Sports Zone on Viewer Television. Liverpool suffered a surprise 2-1 loss to Leeds United after Dutch winger Crescencio Somerville's 89th minute strike in their Premier League clash at Anfield on Saturday that took the visitors out of the relegation zone. Now, the Reds' first top-flight home defeat in 30 games flows last week's loss at bottom side Nottingham Forest and further deepens the crisis around the struggling Merseyside club. Now, who are ninth in the table on 16 points after 12 games. Liverpool got off to another disastrous start after 4 minutes when Joe Gomez played a blind back pass to Alisson, who had moved out of his goal and slipped, leaving a gap in space for Rodrigo to run and tap the ball into the empty net. Well, Isaac, talking about Liverpool has not really had it easy since this season. And we've argued here whether it's as a result of Sadio Mane's departure. And as it's going now with Liverpool, we have all come to terms that it is going to be a very difficult season for Liverpool. Now, when they lost against Nottingham Forest last week, we all cried, Nottingham Forest, that is sitting top or the bottom. But now they have again lost to Leeds United at home. Something that has not happened for a long time. They have lost to Leeds United at home. What can you say is the problem with Liverpool at this point? Is it the coach or the players?
Liverpool is facing a disaster now in their football, in their team, and you can see that finishing as a runner-up last season, this season being 15 points behind the league when you just have just played 12 matches. It's a disaster. I will always press on to say that they are suffering the Mane's departure.
Yes.
And the new recruit they have are not good enough or have not blended to fill in that space.
Yeah.
You see, Douglas sorry, is it
Darwin
Luis?
Nunes?
Yeah, Luis.
Okay.
He's on injury.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not playing for Liverpool currently because
Okay.
of the injury. So I think all these persons, they give Liverpool that strength,
That
the desire
strength,
to
yeah.
move. So it's really a disaster on their part.
Seriously, I'm really feeling for Liverpool because I don't
Yeah.
understand what is happening in that with Klopp and his men. You know, after that match, he tweeted that he is sorry and they have a lot to apologize for. I mean, I felt
And
that.
they
I
will
felt
keep
for
tweeting
that.
in that manner.
Exactly, if they
Because
don't do something.
they look at the club, Fulham, Nottingham Forest, and Leeds.
Leeds.
You can imagine that.
Clubs
So
that
it's something,
is a walkover.
it's something you can worry about.
Okay, and finally, Arsenal back on top, but Saka limps up off early in win over Forest. Now, on Sunday, Arsenal came back from a very big defeat by thrashing Nottingham Forest 5-0 at the Emirates Stadium to return to the top of the Premier League. Now, but the win may have come at a cost after Bukayo Saka limped up off midway through the first half. Now, Saka's replacement, Reece Nelson, scored a brace to go with goals from Gabriel Martinelli, Thomas Partey, and Martin Odegaard. But the injury to the winger will be a major concern for manager Mikel Arteta and his England counterpart, Gareth Southgate, 3 weeks ahead of the start of the World Cup in Qatar. Now, Isaac, I would like us to talk about this Arsenal form recently. You know, a few weeks ago, Arsenal kind of slipped in their form, going from a 1-0 win in all their matches, and then to a draw. And then finally, they went to Europa and lost against PSV 2-0.
Yes,
that didn't really speak well of the Arsenal we all know. Of course, we know how they've been so good this season. Yeah. And then on coming back on Sunday, Arsenal thrashed Nottingham Forest 5-0. You know, when I was watching that match, at some point I started shouting, Arsenal, please now, you don't do, stop scoring, you know. But something has really come up. People believe that had it been Arsenal played against Man City or any other big team, that they wouldn't have scored that much. Some others say that it is nothing, that a win is a win, and all of that. So I have a question for you, and the question is, do you see Arsenal, currently they are on top of the table?
Of course, of course.
In the Premier League.
They are.
Now, and they finished top 6 last season, which formed the basis of their new performance. Yes. Now, do you see Arsenal as a title contender? That is, we had title contenders of Man City and Liverpool last season. Do you see Arsenal as a title contender this season or a top 4 holder at the end of the whole thing?
Yeah, I would like to start by giving kudos to
Mikel Arteta.
He had really built a team Arsenal had long desired.
Of course.
So
of course.
These boys are in their best form. For over 5-7 seasons now, they've not really been in that
more than 7 seasons.
Yeah, that zone. So they're in the best form. I see other club being contender to them. They are just the title holder as it stands.
Oh yes,
they are title holders.
We're looking at the long run, like at the end of the season. Where do you see them?
Yeah,
title contenders or?
On that, I would say every club will have their setback.
Okay.
When injuries will set in, just like Saka now.
Of course.
If you watch the right flank of Arsenal, you see that Saka does a lot of destruction in that and he gave several assists before his injury.
Yes.
So it has started, but we are not writing them off yet. We are hoping that they will start and build someone that will replace Saka, or Saka comes back from his injury on time to continue his run.
Okay.
So Arsenal is doing well, and I see them going far.
Contenders.
Yeah.
Say it. Is it as title? Because that's what you're saying.
Yeah, title contenders.
Personally, I see Arsenal as a title contender because I don't see any team that is ready to compete with them at this point. Is it Manchester United?
They are currently
holding it. Yes, topping the league.
So it's something to worry about.
The only team I see competing against them in Manchester City.
It's Manchester City.
Man U is out of the league. That is not. I don't know. They are not to be trusted. They are not consistent.
However,
Chelsea on their part, I don't know.
However, it's still early to predict.
It's still early, but remember that we are going into the World Cup in 3 weeks.
Of course.
And most of these players will be coming back with injury. It's certain.
That is why I say this.
So if they continue with it for these 3 weeks, if they continue topping the league, definitely when we come back from the World Cup, Arsenal will definitely take over. Because any team that doesn't clinch a space at this point, it will be difficult for them to take it after the World Cup.
Of course.
Of which most of them, the Saka that we are talking about is going for the World Cup. Most of their players are going. Most of the Man City players are going, except Haaland, of course.
Yes.
Yes, do you understand? So,
country
I see them as a title contender because looking at the EPL table, I don't see anybody that is going to compete against Arsenal and Man City for now.
Yes,
unless we will come back by next year, which is January.
Yeah.
Unless the other teams like Chelsea, Manchester United, and Liverpool put up a good fight.
But of course, I know.
All right, here we'll be drawing the curtain on this show. But before that, a quick look at the results of the matches played during the weekend in the EPL. Now, on Saturday, Leicester City and Manchester City played, and Leicester City lost 1-0 to Man City. AFC Bournemouth 2, Spurs 3. Brentford 1, Wolves 1. Brighton 4. And Chelsea 1. Brighton made a statement. And then Crystal Palace 1, Southampton 0. Newcastle 4, Aston Villa 0. Fulham and Everton played a draw. A draw. And then Liverpool 1, Leeds United 0. And then on Sunday, Arsenal thrashed Nottingham Forest 5-0, and Manchester United 1, West Ham United 0. And that is from us today. It was a pleasure having you around, Isaac.
Of course, it's a pleasure.
I always have this joy whenever I see you on the show.
Of course.
And I hope to keep seeing you.
I will, definitely.
All right, I will see you guys again by next week. Uchenna Eze is my name. Enjoy the rest of the week.